And welcome back to the morning show. None of this looks familiar to you? Well, it didn't to me until just a few minutes ago. It's my first visit here. It's Joshua Springs Senior Living Community. And it's right here in Bullhead City. It's up on the Parkway. And we have the opportunity today to talk with Kim Cool, who's going to show us an awful lot about it. I got Kim right here. Kim,
Hi,
good morning.
Bruce. Good morning.
Didn't think I was going to get through that, did you?
I didn't.
That was a little tough.
But I'm glad you did.
Well, thanks
We're
for having
glad
us
you're
over.
here.
Thank you. I'm probably very glad I'm here too, and for obvious reasons. And what we're laughing about is I had to do 6 starts on this thing to get this thing going because my mind is not working today. But you've got somebody that can help me with that.
I do. Actually, we have Brenda Russell, who is our memory care community.
This is just perfect for
Yeah,
me today.
she's our coordinator back there. She takes care of everyone. I'm going to let you work with her. I've got a
Okay.
few things to do, but I'll catch up with you later.
Fantastic.
Brenda?
Hi,
Hi,
Brenda.
Bruce. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing really well this morning.
You have been by the station before.
I have, yes,
Good to
with the
see you
leadership
again.
program,
Yeah.
so it was a lot of fun.
That was working out well.
It's good.
Let's lean up against the rail back
right,
here.
that sounds
This
good.
is a beautiful facility. You got to love being here.
It is. It's very, very gorgeous. I'm very excited to be part of this community. I was actually able to come on board before it opened and
Nice.
got very familiar with the place before the residents came in and
Right.
was here when we had our first residents move in. So it was
Wow.
very nice.
Now you're in charge of memory care.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, what exactly is that about?
So memory care is specifically for residents who have a dementia diagnosis. So that kind of covers a lot of different things. Most commonly, people associate it with Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So back there, we do a lot of really amazing things. You have to have the dementia diagnosis to be able to come back and have fun with us. And we have an amazing program that we run with. It's called In the Moment. And with that, it's a holistic approach to how we care for our residents. It has a lot to do with 6 different levels of engagement, everything from physical engagement to spiritual engagement, artistic expressions,
Wow.
continuing education. So we do a lot of different things for them down there to kind of incorporate the whole resident and everything that comes by with that. Our staff is really well trained to take time back, and we really let the residents do a lot for themselves. For the most part, we're there to assist them as they need it. So that's really quite amazing.
I'm sure that some of your residents, I mean, when we start talking dementia, we start talking for some quite worrisome incidents that have happened. And I know a lot of times a family will try and oversee someone at their home. They'll keep them home and try and make sure that they stay out of trouble. But it's so easy, and it's so easy for these people. And I hate to use the term escape, but they get out
They
unnoticed.
wander?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you've got a missing person.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly in this environment out here in the desert, it's not a safe thing at all.
Absolutely not.
So you've got a good, safe environment here for them as
We
well.
do. We do have our doors are secured, so you have to be let in and let out. And we do have a very lovely wander area and back that we keep an eye on during the summer months, so we know when our residents are in and when they're out. And it is something for them to be able to wander freely, because wandering is something that happens naturally throughout the disease process, and it really allows them to be able to be more natural and more in a home where they're not worried about whether or not they're going to walk outside or go down the street.
Right.
So it's very nice.
Yeah. And so this facility is absolutely beautiful. It's how many stories?
It's 3 stories. The whole
Wow.
community is 3 stories. We have apartments on each side.
Okay.
The memory care, however, is just 1 story. We don't want those stairs involved with that disease process. And so it's 1 story, and it's got 30 apartments, and there's studio apartments.
Is there, if someone has a concern about a relative that may well be, and I hate slipping just a little bit,
Slipping or falling?
fall, yeah, or, and they're starting, the memory is starting to go, are there tests that you guys can do that you follow the folks and see whether they're getting better, whether they're getting worse, or they're holding?
So what happens when somebody wants to move into our community, they definitely see their doctor and make sure that they're appropriate, so they have the diagnosis. They don't have to be in the final stages to be able to come in and move in with us.
Okay.
And then our nurse comes out and does an assessment. And from that assessment, we do a really wonderful service plan that would allow them to be able to get the care that they need based on them individually. So not everyone is a fall risk, not everyone wanders. Some people are weaker than others, some walk really well and maybe just need a walker. So we really focus on that individual service plan to be able to give them the care that they need. And then we update that every 3 months. So we keep an eye on them and we involve the family in all of our service plans. So if something happens and all of a sudden they're falling more than they normally did, or maybe they fell a lot before they came in, we definitely take a look at some of those changes and incorporate the family and try to brainstorm to see if maybe there's something else underlying going on, or whether their condition is just changing and this is going to start to be their new normal.
Obviously, you have doctors on staff here.
We do. We currently have one doctor who comes in, and another one has just signed up to come on board. So
Good.
the doctors do come in, and it's actually very nice to have doctors come into our community. With this disease process, it gets harder and harder for the family to be able to take their loved ones to doctor's appointments, to be able to see them in the office, and then you have the waiting period, and then, you can have those little incidents that pop up where they don't want to stay in the doctor's office, they don't understand why they're going. So it's really great to be able to have a physician come in to see a resident as if they were doing a home visit. So that's really nice.
Now, when you have someone in your care, in your charge, I would assume that you've got activities daily to help take up time of the day.
Absolutely, we do. We base our activity calendar on our In the Moment program that I talked about. So we do those 6 levels of engagement. And off of those, we have a certain requirement that we meet as far as doing like physical activities, such as maybe exercise or walking or strolling. And then the artistic, maybe we do something based on our residents and what their social history are. So we base a lot of our activities and the things that we do based on our residents and their past experiences.
Wow.
For example, we have a beautician that's in there.
Okay.
So we do a lot of ladies' days and Pampers with hand massages and nail cares and dress up and hair, fancy little hairdos and things like that. So we really try to incorporate the resident and everything that they came from into activities like that.
Okay. So it sounds like a well-rounded program.
Absolutely.
Fabulous. Well, I see her coming back. I don't know if she's going to come over this way. Come on over. I've just gotten a full understanding pretty much of the memory care, and I'm signing up today, huh?
Yeah, this is the lady to tell you. I'm telling you, she does a great job in our memory care community.
It sounds like something great, and people ought to be looking into it. I know so many people, and I was talking to someone the other day about it. Our area is just seems to be a magnet for seniors,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's a great place for senior living. But it does come to a point where some people are not able to care for themselves, and
Exactly.
families are no longer able to care for them. They just don't have the wherewithal or the ability, the knowledge, or anything else, because there's a lot to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where her 6 elements of engagement really come in helping the individuals. So we just want them to come see us, find out more, ask the important questions. It really comes down to you'll know when it's the right time.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Always
you.
good seeing you.
You too.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bruce. Anytime. Come back. I'll have a room ready for you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight as to what goes on here. We're going to be talking about this every couple of weeks, so please stay tuned for that. And if you have an opportunity, if you have occasion to where one of your family members or someone you know is starting to have some difficulty and might find this the best deal they can do, then come down and just talk to them. That's all you have to do is just come and talk to them and see if it doesn't fit right into the plan. We'll be back with more of the morning show right after this. Stay with us.